The latest. Thank you for love and support. I appreciate you all. All in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings, the most loved. General Assimi Goïta'S has done it again. We're here when we heard that our all in all Captain Ibrahim Traore is giving out affordable housing to his people. Little do we know that all these people have the same vision. Today, boom, General Assimi Goïta'S has surprised us. You know, this defense, they are working tirelessly, day in, day out, sacrificing their lives. But these people are not properly taken care of. Sometimes when we go to the military where they stay, even their camps, the place is nothing to write home about. And these people are the ones that are doing everything possible, having sleepless nights to make sure that we are safe. So if we wouldn't think about them, who else should we think about? They should be the first priority, because when they are fine and they are in good and sound mind, that is when they are able to do best and fight more to protect and guide us. So we don't have to neglect them. So our general, Assimi Goïta'S, said he is thinking about them. They are the first priority. For all the sacrifices that they are doing for us, they need to be taken properly care of. So General Assimi Goïta'S has given them this amazing housing. Yes, you need to see the houses. The houses are so superb. They have everything in them. It's like a community that they are living, that they have school, hospital, market, just name it. Their roads are, everything is just in good shape. Just to give them the comfort that they need to be able to wake up every blessed day with a refreshing body, sound mind, with their family. You know, women, we can be so disturbing. You see, when things are not going on well, sometimes you just put your frustration on your husband. And these people are the ones that we need to give them sound mind, because they are at a very critical moment in the fight of this our liberation. So before you can get a man to be at his best of everything, you have to give the woman peace. And that is what General Assimi Goïta'S has done for us. If it is water, it is there. Electricity is there. If it is food, it is road. Is it school? What is it that you come and be complaining and making noise into the man's ears, so that this man will wake up and will not have peace? So this is amazing.
Improving the living conditions of men and their families is at the heart of the actions of the transitional authorities. That is why a large project has been launched in Kati to accommodate more than 3,000 people, or even more than 3,000 dedicated housing units, specifically for the Defense and Security Forces. The Minister of Defense, Army Corps General Sajo Kamara, visited the construction site of this vast housing. Following the children of this visit. Thursday, March 20th, 2025. In Kati, the sun rises over the garrison city, which once again sees the realization of a presidential promise, a large-scale project to improve the living conditions of the farmer. We are at the entrance of the attack zone, and Army Corps General Sajo Kamara, Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, accompanied by the Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, Major General Omar Diarra, and other military leaders are taking us to the construction site of the 1,000 housing units Phase 1, intended for the Defense and Security Forces. Built on 80 hectares, the infrastructure includes 55 villas, a block of 12 apartments, 113 blocks of 4 apartments, and 28 blocks of 8 apartments. A community that will also house a pharmacy, an ATM, a mini market, a bakery pastry shop, and a green space. And even, thank you. Everything has been thought out down to the smallest details to ensure a warm and friendly living environment for future residents. The company responsible for carrying out the work, despite some difficulties, reassures.
We thank the minister for his visit. When he makes the trip on a frame, it motivates the companies despite the difficulties that are there. And we think that the deadline will be met for the replication of these needs.
I remind you that this project is an initiative of His Excellency, General of the Army Assimi Goïta'S, who is currently the transitional head of state, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, with the aim of improving the living conditions and working conditions, defense and security forces. Then to note with great satisfaction the general evolution of the path. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all the Malian men and women who stand ileke and express my sincere and heartfelt gratitude. Behind the armed security forces in Mali, we have understood that a strong nation is always backed by a strong arm.
The Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, for his part, considers the progress of the project to be quite satisfactory. The Army Corps General, Sadiu Kamara, also praised the professionalism of the company in charge of the project while emphasizing the importance of meeting the deadline.
We have exchanged with the companies. They mentioned some difficulties. We ourselves also made some remarks and suggestions. We were reassured by companies. Our remarks and suggestions will be taken into account. I will take this opportunity to thank the President of the Transition for his vision and leadership, which have enabled the realization of this important project. For the Armed Defense Forces, it should be noted that at the end of the work, we will be able to accommodate more than 3,000 people here. I also take this opportunity to ask the companies to stay the course to allow us to successfully and effectively meet the deadlines in order to.
Improving the living conditions of women is a major issue for the transitional authorities. This first phase of the housing construction project for the military will provide a roof for 3,000 men within the defense and security.
This is so beautiful. That is why we are saying that these are leaders. These are leaders. These are not just the ones that we are seeing, the democratic elected ones, that do not always do everything possible to prioritize those things that need to be given priority to. These people need to be well taken care of, because what they are doing every blessed day, you go into the bush, look at all these terrorist activities, attacks, morning, afternoon, evening, left, front, center, everywhere, and they get back home, and where they are supposed to even relax is hell. If not people who have really sacrificed their life to help us in this fight, I think by now most of them should have resigned. Like what is happening in Ukraine, that people got to a point and said they are tired. Some have to be running, some were even swimming in the water and all. We have seen that it's not going on well. But because of the love that they have for their motherland and the continent, they are still in this struggle. But that doesn't mean that we need to neglect them. So Assimi Goïta, we are saying thank you so much for thinking about our heroes who are doing everything possible, sacrificing everything possible to give us the freedom and the liberation that we are looking for. Africa, we can do it. All it takes is good leadership, and we the citizens as well, because it's not only the leaders that need to do everything. They can give us orders and we can decide not to follow. So in this, we need teamwork. All of us must contribute our quarter so that this fight that we are in will become victorious. So it is on both sides. These people can give us their best, but if we are not helping them, nothing will come out good. And that was what they did to all our freedom fighters, because the people were not in agreement or in line with these leaders. They were able to defeat them easily. But we are so fortunate that we have leaders and we had people who are aligning with them and who have also sacrificed everything possible to fight for liberation. We are all tired of this kind of thing. We need to also rise up and fight and continue with our forefathers' legacy. These people are not losing God for even a second, doing everything possible to hold on to their forefathers' legacy. And why is it that the African is sleeping and making things very easy for these people to have their way out? We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. If we don't do it, there is nobody. It's better you rise up and fight for your own freedom than to sit down and be expecting that freedom to be given to you by the same person who is fighting for his own freedom. Yellow Papa is fighting for his own freedom. Because if we should rise, they will fall. And who want to live what we are going through? Nobody wants to do. So we also have to rise up and fight. And we say, may the ancestors protect, guide, and give you long life for you to do more. May all the wisdom that you need, the strength, the power, the ability, the skills be given to you by our ancestors. General Assimi Goïta'. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.